Right, hey guys, how are we doing? Back on another video from Grand Line Review, and today we're checking out Buggy just broke One Piece. I think everyone's going absolutely mental, aren't they, over the whole Buggy being an emperor. But let's see what he has to say on it, shall we? Because it was so cool. So cool.
Did you know that the current 4 emperors were actually foreshadowed on the cover of volume 25? And not only that, but they are in the exact same position as their bounty posters were shown in chapter 1.
Oh my god!
But there's a twist.
Ain't that cool?
Because behind Shanks there is a strange, mysterious man thing giving a bit of a thumbs up. Who is this man, and why is he being depicted alongside the new 4 emperors and a goat? We'll find out after the intro. Hello and welcome to the Grand Line Review, your source for everything One Piece. My name is Liam, and the answer to the question it is that I brought up is that this guy is a miscellaneous miner. Buggy accidentally discovered him while searching for treasures, after which point our happy miner put Buggy to work digging for delicious minerals. And Oda chose to put him on the cover of volume 25 for reasons.
Yeah?
My guess is that it's because Buggy is one of Oda's favourite characters.
He's so cool. Buggy's class.
He is now a fully fledged Emperor of the Sea. And
which is amazing.
To talk about this. I'm just wondering what Buggy didn't do to earn Yonko status.
Didn't do.
He'll fumble his way to the One Piece and accidentally land on it after slipping on a banana peel. And
very much so.
And we laugh, but this is now, and I suppose
it is how Buggy works, and it's all accidental.
I've made several videos long ago in the past championing the idea that Buggy will become an emperor. I've also made a couple posing the idea that he could very well eventually become the Pirate King.
King of the Pirates, mate, could you imagine?
He will still be the Pirate King, but a Pirate King can exist both before and after Luffy. And honestly, I can see Buggy failing all the way to the top. One of the funniest things
Failing
to me
all the way to the top, love it.
Buggy's status as an emperor, but more so the fact that Moshi and Kabaji are now considered commanders alongside the likes of Mako, Katakuri, and King.
Oh my god.
I suppose in Kabaji's case, he does have something in common with King because they both lost to Zoro. And I suppose Moshi and Katakuri both lost to Luffy, actually. So, although thinking about it, that Orange Town fight is going to be remembered very differently by history. Instead of a brief skirmish between wacky pirates, this will become known as the Battle Round of Emperor.
Yeah, ain't that weird?
Buggy, the battle between 2 legends for the sake of the future, as well as for the sake of dog food.
Yeah, man.
Also, what a, frankly, boss maneuver from Oda here, because he was all like, by the way, Buggy's an emperor. No, I will not provide any context to that. Catch you guys in 4 weeks.
Yeah, just like, we're on a break, and then just like...
money and Nami cosplayers. Oh, and by the way, this amazing image of Buggy was actually drawn by one of our...
It's cool, because there's so much we need to know about what's happened outside of Wano, isn't there? I'm hoping that's going to be, like, what we find out next.
Requested a Super Saiyan Jinbei, and that...
Whoa! Ain't that sick?
Subscribe to the channel and leave a 1-sentence comment with your request. And yes, you do need to be subscribed, because YouTube shows me this fun, like, little dot thing next to your name, so there is no fooling me. You'll also receive a high-quality digital copy of your request.
That's absolutely sick.
Videos becoming part of Grand Line Review history. Okay, more clown stuff. So I
more
liked
clown stuff.
Failing up gag at first, but in this case it actually angered me.
Really?
To the core. Fair enough, and I would say that you're definitely not the only one. Twitter has certainly been flooded with people spouting opinions, negative opinions that is, about this whole Buggy
fake it till you make it
thing. To me though, I don't get it. Like, people often tear the crap out of me online for calling One Piece a goofy pirate comic, but that's what it is.
It is, yeah.
Yes, it does tackle serious topics, deep drama, and some incredibly epic world building, but in the end, all of that is secondary to Oda just wanting to have fun. It's a wacky adventure, and crazy things are going to happen on said wacky adventure, which is what separates One Piece from every other shonen battle manga that just takes themselves far
too seriously. Yeah.
You know, this Buggy thing actually kind of reminds me of Mr. Satan from Dragon.
Oh yeah, okay, I can take that. Yeah.
Yeah, he was so weird looking, he wasn't strong at all, and every time he was on screen was just a waste of space when we could have been watching other punch fighting. However, as an adult, Mr. Satan is one of my favourite Dragon Ball characters.
He's funny, man. It's the same, he accidentally wins up, yeah.
It's amazing, and I love it so much. So I can understand that some people feel that, sure, this is taking the Buggy joke just a little bit too far. But as
no, I don't think so.
I suspect the majority are loving this, so to make sure, I did a poll, and almost 80% of all respondents believe Buggy is an emperor.
Nice.
Granted, my audience are probably more likely to share my opinion than others, but it's still pretty overwhelming.
There we go.
Loved the chapter. I'm hoping Buggy discovered Captain John's treasure, which is what led him to become so infamous. That is a very good point. For anyone who doesn't know, finding Captain John's treasure has been Buggy's arc in the series, quite similar to Luffy looking for the One Piece.
Yeah.
And Captain John himself was a member of the Rocks Pirates whose corpse was stolen and turned into one of Gecko Moria's salt-despising zombies. And I always thought that he may have found that treasure during the time skip. And that's how he had the capital to start up his mercenary service.
Interesting,
But
yes.
also maybe not, because for all of his failures, Buggy very much became one of the most successful businessmen in the series, right alongside Wapol and a starfish. By the way,
Starfish.
Buggy doesn't quite get the credit he deserves for some things, but for other things, he gets far too much credit. I wonder what would be Rayleigh's reaction to all of this. Not only did he once sailed with the two swabbies, who later became big shots, he also trained one. This is such a great thought to think that
very
three
true.
of the now 4 emperors, I guess there were always 4, 3 of the new 4 emperors are all people that Rayleigh more or less mentored.
Yeah.
It's wow. More in the case of Luffy and Shanks, probably less in the case of Buggy because I don't know how many wise lessons he took in. Probably didn't have a lot of time to listen due to spending all of his time accidentally deep-throating that devil fruit. It's interesting because it kind of mirrors the original set of emperors because 3 of them came from directly under rocks. So we've had another generational shift in a very positive manner. At least I'm assuming it's positive. Given that Luffy and Shanks are 2 of his fellow emperors, I dare say that Buggy would be quite a natural ally of them, but also maybe not. He's funny, but remember, Buggy is also a bit of a dick. He's a
Yes, he is.
Palace, and maybe he might throw his allegiance behind Blackbeard. As for the original question, I can't imagine that Rayleigh's reaction would be anything other than to just laugh uncontrollably. And then probably get drunk.
We really
and
need to know
start
what's happened
gambling
outside Wano, man.
because
Because that was that moment where Gecko Moria turned up to fight Blackbeard and his guy's devil fruit power has been swapped to someone else, so it's like, what's going on now?
Jinbei possesses this incredibly unique quality amongst the Straw Hats, which is modesty. Every other member of the crew, to varying degrees, is quite brash, impulsive, and frankly, downright selfish, which makes Jinbei's more humble and respectful
I need to
persona a really great
sneeze.
feature to the crew, because we've definitely been missing someone who has the ability to act like a politician or a diplomat or just anyone who navigates situations with some sort of degree of nuance.
Yes.
I'm sad this chapter didn't end with a toast that started the raid to welcome
Never
Jinbei
mind.
to the crew. This is another fantastic point, because that has to happen at some stage very shortly. The entire reason behind not doing that toast when we had the chance was to celebrate Jinbei joining right here and now. And I know this still isn't confirmed, but I do have to wonder if part of that was also so that we didn't have to do 2 toasts, and maybe Jinbei's crew joinage will be paired up with Yamato's. Either way, get
That'd be
to
cool.
it, because my
We
shark man needs the
Yamato
evidence.
definitely needs to join the crew, man. I am so on board for that.
The fact that Kozuki Sukiyaki is alive means we have 2 people who can decipher poneglyphs, and I'm looking forward to him teaching and passing down this skill to Momo. Thus, he cannot hide his identity forever. In retrospect, I suppose this always had to happen, or maybe not. I mean, maybe we could have just lost the art of poneglyph making in history, because hopefully we won't need it going forward after we've beaten the bad guy.
Yeah.
I do agree that Sukiyaki will probably need to reveal himself eventually and teach Momonosuke how to both read and create poneglyphs, which has a lot of exciting potential. Perhaps Momo will create a whole new series of stones telling the adventures of Luffy, much like how our current poneglyphs tell the tale of Joy Boy.
Ain't that
Those
cool?
stones
Yeah.
are what we are reading right now. And as it turns out, Momonosuke is the narrator of One Piece. Sukiyaki's aliveness is significantly more important than I initially thought, though, because he is now essentially a second Nico Robin, meaning that if anyone did find out about his existence, like perhaps say a certain blackly bearded man, then Sukiyaki could be the vehicle that makes him a legitimate threat to becoming Pirate King. Or even Momonosuke once he learns, but basically, Robin is no longer the only way forward. I'm
Which
so
is very
happy that the Admiral is
interesting.
looking like a real villain, unlike Fujitaro, who let them pass by the end. It would be great to see him chase the Straw Hats into the next island where they can battle it out. So the Straw
He seems
Hats
pretty
being
OP,
chased
man.
off
He
the
seems
island.
really, really
It's very
freaking
classic
strong.
One Piece,
You
but
have to be for an admiral, I guess,
surely
like, but-
we're done with that, right? On Dressrosa, Luffy was ready to fight an admiral until all of the people got in the way and stopped it. So if Ryukugyu does attempt a bout of plant-based punch battling, then I absolutely do not see Luffy backing down, or anyone else currently on Wano for that matter. Again, this dude is shockingly confidently strolling on into the home territory
Yes, he
of a
is.
force of people who just beat 2 emperors. So on his own, surely he cannot win. So I dare say we'll be finding a different solution to this potential conflict. However, what I do love is Ryukugyu's desire to attain praise from Sakazuki-senpai, because he's all like, you know, if I take that kid's head, then Sakazuki, he'll give me a pat on the head. Ever anytime Buggy enter any system or place, it is destroyed pretty quickly. That is actually true, come to think of it. Pre-time skip, he formed an alliance with Whitebeard, and then like a couple of hours later, Whitebeard was dead, and the pirates more or less collapsed.
Gone.
He became a warlord, after which point Fujitora said, no, lol, and implemented his anti-warlord agenda. And now finally, he's an emperor, so this could be a bad omen that the emperor system will still collapse imminently. The pirate Shanks was talking about to the Elder Stars was 100% Buggy. This is such a ridiculous, stupid, absurd idea, and I love it. It's not a new thought, but I am now not at all confident dismissing it as a simple meme. It's entirely possible that Shanks just strolled on into Marijois with the agenda of making the world government fear Buggy a lot.
Oh, mate, really could you imagine?
Setting Buggy up as some sort of grand piece in whatever the Shanks master plan.
Because you just assume he wants to talk about Luffy, doesn't it? But
it was about the devil fruit. But from here on out, until we discover the truth, I am not ruling Buggy out. Morgan's intelligence
that's
is
cool.
the best. They got a picture of Year 5 for Luffy's new wanted poster. Alright, so this is something I didn't mention in my chapter review because frankly it just slipped my mind. Because, man, that was just so much of the stuff that happened. But this photo was taken by an agent named Guernica, which is of course a name shared with that super famous painting by Pablo Picasso. And very ironically, it's an anti-war painting, so interesting name choice for
interesting,
an
very,
yeah. Militant force in the world. It's also the name of a town in Spain where the painting takes its name, so let's not read too deep.
That was a lot of rhyming.
I'm assuming that Guernica is Pineapple's name, although I very much prefer Pineapple, and I will continue to use it at every available opportunity. One of the more interesting things that we do know now, though, is that Cypher Pol came into contact with the Big Mom pirates, so they're still floating around Wano, wrecking whatever havoc they can. They must be getting pretty worried by now. It's been a whole week, and there has been no news from either Big Mom or Perospero, or I guess anyone related to Kaido, and I really, really hope that they try to get up the waterfall again, only to fail. Failure is important. I want to know how many suns has the Thousand Sunny seen by this point in the story, canon only. I can't quite answer that question. I mean, I can. But Thousand Sunny has only seen one sun. I don't know about the amount of sunrises, though. What I do know is that we've just experienced our first in-series sunrise in 2 whole years, because the raid took place at night, so we were given 2 years of darkness, which very much goes on to rival Dressrosa's 2 years of eternal daylight. I predict a nice vacation for Oda.
That would be nice. I hope he has a good time off. I hope he enjoys it. I hope he does like stuff that he's not able to do, because like weekly release, that's crazy.
It's good, and I look forward to seeing you there.
Mate, like, yeah, class, absolutely class. Can't wait to see where the story goes to. The whole Buggy thing, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was great that I called it on my reaction to the review prior, and then it happened. It was just like, that's funny. Like, you know, I'm not saying I'm like a huge, like, I predicted this, that, and the other, it's dead clever. It's just, I just think it was a really funny idea, and it worked out, it happened. And that's cool. So yeah, 4-week break for Oda. Hope he has a good time. And then it'd be really interesting to see what actually happens straight away. Like, and we need to know what's happened outside of Wano Man, because it seems like a lot has been happening. And I do like the idea that Shanks went to the to talk about Buggy and not Luffy. That would be an interesting one. Like, it'd be cool to see if there's other stuff about Buggy that's going on as well, because he's constantly linked, and he was in Blackbeard's crew. But anyway, thank you to my patrons. If you want to have your name at the end of every video upload, links in the description to the Patreon page. $1 a month is all I ask to help support the channel. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you guys very much for that, and thank you all for watching. What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe already, leave comments down below. Let me know what I should watch and discuss it in future videos, and I'll see you guys, all you guys, next time.